What's up, PAX and Pinnicast listeners? We're about to drop episode 9. That's right, tomorrow this series comes to an end, which I'm low-key stoked about because dropping an episode every day is really freaking hard. But that's what we do. Alright, so in this episode, we have a couple of guests, a few in fact, as one was pretty impromptu, as you'll hear later. Loren was in to talk about marketing. We get to meet the lovely Jamie, and you'll notice by now how rinsed me and Michael are. We're so tired at this point, we're barely coherent. I hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll see you again tomorrow to wrap up the series and open the doors. These are all recording, by the way, so we've already started the
I already had one.
What are we talking about this week?
I mean, we're 6 days out.
There's so many dimensions to this timeline.
It's Thursday, and we're opening next Wednesday.
Yeah, but people listening to this episode are going to be... It's going to be Tuesday next week.
Yeah, no, but it's not live recording, is it? It's not tuning into...
No, maybe it's just me who's struggling with it.
Yeah, I mean, I get what... I know what you mean, but... Yeah, we're 6 days out as we speak.
6 days out as we speak. How are you feeling, Michael?
Cooked.
Yeah. In a good way?
Nah. I'm getting to the point of being over it.
Okay.
And I decided to open.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You went turbo week 1.
Yeah, which is good.
And you see the changes, the physical changes so quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's a bit more chipping away.
Well, that's the thing, is what Luke was just saying. I was talking to him, and he's like, yeah, we did so much week 1
Yeah.
that we're like, there's 10 big jobs to do, smashed it, and now it's like the 50 small jobs.
Yeah.
That just take ages. It's like, touch up the paint in the bathroom, put a new lock on the men's door. Oh, the women's needs to be done as well. Need to go buy another lock. You know, we cleaned up the vinyl and the strips all peeling, so I had to cut that back, and suddenly you need to get a metal strip to pin to the floor so it just looks not shit. And just like 50 of those things.
But aren't you glad to be at a stage where all the big jobs are done and you just focus on the little things as opposed to there's still some big things to do?
Oh, 100%. And also like things out of my control, like waiting for my mates at Andy Ryan. You better be listening to this. Fucking making me sweat as usual to finish the joinery.
Are they going to do the desk for us upstairs?
Good point. Hey guys, if you're listening to this, you're gonna do that, and you're doing it at cost. You've made me stress again. But the ones they've never missed the date.
Yeah, totally.
As he said, Ryan's like, we've never missed the opening.
Yeah,
And I was like,
chill.
I don't care. Just don't stress me. So we'll get there. It'll be fine. And I mean, when we started this project, I said to everyone in the team, we got to be okay with opening. And there's like that one thing that we're like, no, that's a shame, but it'll happen within a week or two. Everything we set out to do will be done.
Yeah.
And in 6 months, we won't even care. We won't even think about things. So that's the headspace I'm trying to get into, as well as getting as much done as possible at the same time.
Have you got any big spanners or curveballs that you've experienced in the last week that you can share?
Yeah, biggest one was yesterday. Ray from Call to Signs, legend, let me know that City Power came back finally, and he's basically doing the painted sign out on the big wall on St. George's Road. And City Power said we have to wrap the power line that's coming into our building because it's low voltage. And so that cost is $400 or $600 just to do that, to wrap it. And then we need a spotter. And a spotter is basically someone that stands at the bottom of the ladder and just looks at Ray all day painting.
It's a very important role.
Just in case Ray suddenly grows to 10 foot tall and he can touch the power line. It's impossible to touch the power line.
No, the spotter's at the bottom of the ladder to make sure the ladder doesn't...
No, it's not for this. No, it's not for the ladder. It's for this power.
Oh, it's to make sure it doesn't touch the power.
Yeah.
Well, how are you even going to...
It's impossible for him to touch the power.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Like, he would have to rise, because he's going to be in a scissor lift.
Yeah.
He would have to put it to the top and then drive in, and if he did that, what's the spotter going to do?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
That's what Ray's like, it's just overblown and ridiculous. And for us, what does that mean? Spotter costs $600 a day, and even if you use him, the spotter for a full day or half a day, it's still $600. And Ray's like, it's going to take 2 days.
Can one of us just be the spotter?
Hey, it's an accredited thing. You have to have a ticket to be a spotter. So what does that leave us? It leaves us with a 2-week delay to get it done, minimum, plus the extra pretty much $2,000 cost to do it. And I said in our group chat last night, I was like, I think we just reconsider it. Maybe we just wait, blah, 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 blah. And literally driving down St. George's Road this morning, getting here, and I just looked up at that wall and I was like, it is so dumb not to do it.
You got to do it.
Yeah. And then the timing piece actually helps, though, in terms of cost, because we won't be paying for it all until, 4 weeks from now, when we've already been open for a few weeks, got some money in from trade. That makes me feel a bit better.
Well, also, there'll never be a secondary space in any budget other than now. And what I mean by that is right now there's an allocation, right? Not quite as much as what it turns out to be, but it's an allocation.
Yeah.
And if we don't do it, right, one of two things happen, right? We open and then we're just super fucking busy, in which case we'll never do it.
Yeah.
And we're like, why? We're cranking, like, just don't worry about it. Or we're super quiet.
Yeah.
And then it's like, it's too much money.
Yeah.
So this is
That's why I looked at it. I was like, fuck, we just need to get it done.
totally.
Sign that off. Which will make me feel great that it's booked at least, or rebooked. So that's been the biggest one. Footpaths trading is another one I put in to basically get our trading line. Currently it's only like 3 tables, which I think is about 4 meters. And I've just put in to get it to 12 meters.
Hey, you know where the bins are?
Yeah, that's our property.
So that's redlined?
It's not redlined.
Oh,
We'd
okay.
have to redline it.
Gotcha.
But it's like, there's nowhere to put bins.
Yeah, I know. It
So,
sucks.
but if we get get it through, basically that means from door to door on St. George's Road, we can have bench seating all the way down. And it ends up being an extra 16 packs or something.
But that'll just be for drinking and smoking.
It's drinking, smoking.
Yeah.
But I think just for street frontage, and
Yeah.
we don't have to put it out, but to have it would be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So that's another thing, just waiting for that to come back. But otherwise, like you said, it's the 50 small tasks now to get us over the line, to get us to opening. And the extra things that get thrown up every day that you're like, I didn't anticipate that.
Yeah. Sparky had to bail. Shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I would like to steal some time here because I finally have something I can talk about, which was derived from some manual labour that I was able to contribute to this project.
The only manual
just
labour
today?
you did today. FYI for everyone listening, we haven't touched on it. This is the first time Leon has picked up something in this place.
Hey, but it has had big impact, all right?
Big impact.
That office space is actually looking pretty good now. Have you been up there today?
Yeah, it's not today, but it's massive.
Okay, no, I've cleaned it out.
Okay, I'll have a good look then.
Massive. It's ready for the pack stain to roll.
It's ready for the Pakistan, yeah. I feel like really good about that because I was like, I don't know. Even when I came in this morning, I was like, can't be fucked doing this.
It could, I'm going to call it, it could be the best office in Fitzroy North.
Because of the view.
The view and just the shape
Yeah.
of this building and how that office with windows right around it.
So good.
It's amazing.
It really is. Once we get the desk put in.
Once Andy Rye put the desk in, we'll be great.
Hey, so today is a little bit of a, I don't know, what's the word? We're moving away from our usual program because we've got guests today. So you obviously heard Loren already talking.
Hello.
And at some point you're going to tag out and Jamie's going to tag in.
Yep.
So that's going to be cool. But I thought I would just do something really quickly and drop my weekly idea now while Lauren's here.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think...
There's a pertaining.
Well,
to-
it doesn't have anything to do directly with marketing. I just think I'd love to hear her opinion on it straight up.
I'm a big fan of the big idea too.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I just loved it.
He's doing this.
Oh, you like
yeah,
the segment?
I love it.
Cool.
He's doing this with you here because I know he needs a vote to overpower me. That's exactly.
Yes, you're real smart.
No, I promise you, it's not about that. Okay, I just sensed she was a big fan of the segments. Okay, so I was thinking, because I've got to be honest, I'm running out of ideas here. It's like when I committed to this, I really didn't think it would be a thing. No, I've got lots of stuff, but I'm thinking this week about still really just trying to anchor all of my thoughts via the community aspect.
Yeah.
And something that I thought about lately was, it was actually just on the back of when we were setting up the tables in here, you and Jamie, and I was hanging around.
Yeah.
And I did move a couple of chairs.
You did.
And when we did that, and I made a comment, right, which is like, I like the space because there's room for prams.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, that just kind of feels right. And then I was kind of walking down the street and I was like, there are a lot of young families here. There's no two ways about it.
Definitely.
And there's a lot of young dads, right? And something that I did when I first became a dad, which I just did it by chance. And when I think back, I'm like so fortunate that I did it. But I started the Fitzroy Fathers Pub.
I remember this.
Yeah, it was there.
Just before I had a child. I was shattered. I couldn't join.
Yeah. Right. So it was really good. So I think it was like the first Monday of the month or something. We'd all meet at the steak night at the Gertrude Hotel. And what that was so good was because it's this thing that happens when you first become a dad, right? It's like you kind of, it's not about you, right? It's about the baby. It's about mum, and it should be. But it's very easy to kind of go into orbit a little bit because you're dealing with a little bit of like existential dilemma. You're thinking about what's, it's your life doesn't completely change, right? Because it's like, if you're in most families, right, you kind of just like, you're going back to work, you kind of take on this role as like, okay, I'm going to be this like provider, and you don't tend to, even at the best of times, I think men don't do a great job of being vulnerable and talking about how they feel and whatnot. And I mean, I felt for me, and definitely with a lot of guys I've spoken to that have become dads, that in that initial period, you do have questions and you do have things you want to talk about, but you don't feel it's your stage to do it, and it's just this weird dynamic. And so when we were in that group, it was great because it was like, oh, hang on, this is just, we can just speak openly, right, with other dads, and you don't have to feel bad. And it was so good because there was dads in that group that were brand new, dads that were older. And what was really great about it, there was just absolutely no judgment, nothing critical. And it was like, they always say that, parenting is such a controversial topic and it can just go to hell in a handbag really quickly. That was not the experience we had. It was just like, cool. It was really good for just a bit of solidarity and whatnot. Yeah. And I was thinking like, that would be a good thing to do here.
Yeah. A little like Friday lunch club or yeah.
Yeah. Or I think like doing it on night, like what we did it on the Monday night, like after dinner.
Oh yeah.
Because it was like, okay, at that point, the kids are all asleep.
So you don't bring the kids with you?
No. Oh. It's just like a little dad support group where you can ask about, what are the things that I should be thinking about, or, whatever questions you got, or I don't know, like it? No?
I love it. It's
quite Palmer night Mondays, mate.
Yay.
Yeah. It's a sweet notion. It's quite topical. I have a 3-month-old and my partner, Andy, is taking the lion's share of primary care at the moment. And I know he's like, this sucks.
You need an outlet. Yeah. Like, one of the best things the best bits of advice I got from that original Fitzroy Fathers group was someone told me how important it is to I'll paint the picture, right? This has happened to me almost every night. Get home, do dinner and everything. And then we had this little thing going on where like I'd grab Nevi and I'd try to get him to sleep. And so Ali would just have that time. She would just go and have a shower and just fucking chill. And I'd always be able to get him to sleep, but it would always be while I'm on the couch and he'd be on me. And then it's like, don't fucking move.
Yeah.
It's like, and then I'm pinned to the couch.
Yeah.
And I remember someone saying like, when you're in those moments, you need something that you can do that's kind of, that you can occupy yourself with that is a little bit selfish.
Yeah.
Like don't work, don't check your emails, don't do that sort of shit. Just use the time and you're getting this like double motion. And so what I'd started to do was I bought a Nintendo Switch and started playing FIFA. Yeah. And that was like the best thing ever, right? I'd lie down there and Nevi would be asleep on me and I'd just like, win the Champions League with Arsenal. It was so good. And it was like, and I was like, that was one of the best tips. Like that stuck with me.
That's a
for
good one.
so long.
I never thought about it that way, but every child we've had, which is 3, I watched The Sopranos again.
Yeah.
So every time I'd
When
be
they were
stuck
asleep.
in the car,
Yeah.
they were asleep or on me asleep or whatever, laptop,
There you go.
headphones in,
Yeah.
watch The Sopranos.
See, I feel like new dads need to be told this.
They do.
need to hear this. You need to know that you've got the license to do that.
Yeah.
And it's not like, oh, you're being ungrateful or you're taking the piss. It's like, no, that's how you provide yourself with the self-care you need to show up in the right way. It's just logistically how to do it. You know what I was thinking would work logistically is like, we'll just be like, you know what? That's a thing that we're going to do. Whoever shows up. And I'll just make sure I'm here every Monday night. And if people come, we can just sit around and I'll just preach about being a dad.
So it's like a posted. Yeah, it's like, why are they coming here other than us saying we're a good place to do that? We'd kind of need to offer them something that makes them.
You can't say, oh, we're all about the community and then do nothing community orientated other than open the door.
Yeah.
It's so good. Well, I mean, also, though, I think if we even just get half the freaking ideas we've talked about on this podcast out, we'll be
I mean, malt vinegar, the bottles,
penny vinny,
bottles already purchased, mate. They're coming.
Are they on their way?
They're on their way. Don't you worry
vinegar
about
and
that.
everything.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
This episode of the Pinnacle podcast is brought to you by Industry Kitchens. Now, if you don't know Industry Kitchens and you haven't yet met Tim Keenan, I'd strongly suggest you remedy that pretty quick, especially if you actually need anything in the kitchen world. I'm talking catering equipment, any kitchen equipment, commercial refrigeration, dishwashers. I mean, these guys literally have everything right down to chemicals and stuff that you need on the weekly. Now, why I rave about these guys is because it's not just about getting the right price, right? Like where Tim adds a lot of value is he makes sure that you actually get the right product, okay? And that adds a whole ton of value on top of the actual price as well. So the biggest difference I've experienced with these guys over the years is that Tim's a chef. Often when you're dealing with sales reps in this sector, they might be really great salespeople and they've worked in sales for a long time, but they haven't actually worked in kitchens. So with Tim, you're getting someone who can bridge the gap between what you know about your product and your kitchen and what you might not know about opportunities in terms of equipment, even right down to sizes and dimensions and options. So pretty much anyone who consults Tim is going to save money, not just on equipment, but through just better efficiency and logistics. I've recommended Tim to a bunch of people over the years, and every single time it comes back with the most glowing endorsement. So if you need anything at all, highly recommend you find these guys and get in touch. Put them on your radar, and I promise you won't regret it. Thanks to Industry Kitchens. You've been an amazing sponsor of the show. All right, let's talk about marketing, Loren. What have you got for us?
Okay, so what was the turnaround time that we had from getting the pub, buying the pub? 8 weeks to open. Which in marketing sense is fine. Like in hospitality, you don't really need a huge amount of lead time to get the word out there unless you're thinking you're going to land in some glossy in-flat mags, which I don't think we're really punching for. What we spoke about in the early days was we just need to make sure that locals are aware that things are changing.
Yeah.
And how do we do that? So the easiest mechanism for that was the 3-foot posters on the outside of the buildings.
Which literally went up as I was waiting to receive the key for the first time.
Yeah.
The posters were going up. I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah. We're lucky in that we've got that real estate on the side of the building. It's managed by Placket. They've been awesome to deal with. So we've got huge signage saying reopening the 18th. Because this is such a much loved venue in the couple of iterations that it's been, it was more of an interesting approach to think about marketing than, say, taking over a shit pub or taking over a closed business or opening a brand new business, because you've already got this following and this audience, and how do we reach them? So looking at our kind of social media strategy a little bit differently, needing to be quite respectful of the fact that a big part of the following recently were people who are into the live music, and that's something that we're taking away. And I mean, we've spoken about it at length. every day trying to address that.
We talked about it on the podcast last week.
Oh, did you?
I mean, like, whenever we
Which hasn't come out yet.
Which hasn't come out, so I haven't listened to it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
but I mean, I wouldn't mind maybe just
Bit of an update there.
it a little bit because what we talked, I think we did a pretty reasonable job of discussing it pretty respectfully.
Yeah.
And I think since then, it hasn't necessarily enabled you to just be chill about it. If anything, it's kind of made it itch harder.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's like I've felt for like my contention is that like it's just a really it's so hard to talk about.
Say what you want to say.
Yeah.
Say what you want to say.
From the minute it started happening, I just wanted to jump in the comments and start fighting people.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to be like logical and be like, guys, do you realize like we are not killing live music?
Yeah.
Right? It's the band that you're in that's killing live music.
Oh, you can't say that.
But it's true, right? It is like that industry is not sustainable. It's not working, right? And okay, this is a harsh comment, but if the talent level was better, then maybe they would be in a different situation.
As in this business?
No, the live music.
in general?
Yes.
I think, look, let's talk about this.
So Leon wanted, when people came in and were slandering me or us on the comments, Leon wanted to write, if your band was better, maybe you would read.
Oh, God. It's like...
No, come on.
No, say the point. Say the...
Let's not leave this there because that's not my only point on it. All I'm saying is that we're not the ones that are killing live music, right?
No.
We are just representing the changing of a chapter for a good reason.
Yeah.
And it's because we want this building to actually exist in its current format.
Yeah.
And the thing that was preventing that from happening was the fact that they were trying to do live music. And if all those people that have been really vocal, right, on social media, if they themselves had been turning up frequently, this would not be a problem.
But yeah, that all relies on just a bit of logic to people who are pretty, emotional about it, right? So if I think about the audience, so we acquired the Instagram account, which is something that doesn't really happen in a business purchase, right? So we have 5,000 people who follow the Pinny because of that live music, and we're posting things now about the fact that things are changing. So naturally those people have something to say about it. Now, there's still a community. And out of the 5,000 people, maybe 10 people, wanted to have a go at us because we've ripped the stage out. And I get it. Like, that's annoying. But the rest of those people that still love live music are still part of our community that we're
for sure.
To.
And the reason why I didn't want to, like, there was a part of me that was going, our strategy should be that we go aggressively into the comments and we argue with people and we fight and we get our point across. But why I didn't obviously push for that is because it's just pointlessly antagonistic. And it's like, we're not talking about, the logic is not the issue here. It's the emotion.
It's the emotion.
And you have to respect that.
Totally.
Yeah. So I get it, but it's hard when it's a personal shot at you, right? Like someone, reposted a video of Michael and was like, what do you say? Like Gronk's
cashed up Gronk.
And it's like, okay, that's
Cashed up.
but it's also like, when your kids are having a tantrum and calling you, bad shit, you don't take it on board.
You just move on because they have, they put it out there. They're not waiting for our.
No, they're not protesting out the front.
No, they're just saying this is shit. This sucks. It's like, it does suck. It sucks that live music in this country is shit.
That's what I'm getting at. Is that that's the biggest problem is that there's not enough support, from the governing bodies and in the education systems and whatnot to be able to really nurture and support the talent.
Yeah.
And so as a result, you've just got people that are like, man, we don't have the ability to actually, really sustain this market through just pure artistic integrity because the pressures of everything else are so difficult.
Yeah.
And it sucks that it is like that because I, grew up in Melbourne at a time where that wasn't a problem and it was the live music scene was one of the best things about the city and I was in it managing bands and stuff and it was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But now, the fact that we're in this position that we're in, it is really sad. And I just think that's, again, while it's been harsh to sort of read the comments and see some of the splashback, I get it. And we have to, like we said, respect that emotional level that it's at. And I think if there's things that we can do on the back of it to honour, you know, what that period was for a lot of people, then we should look into that, you know. Like one of the things I was saying is we should start a little bit of a fund, you know, and be like, okay, maybe we can donate money to some of the bands that don't get to play here anymore in the way of like rehearsal studio vouchers or something.
And we've got that stage out the back that
See, that's going to be...
We'd love to activate that.
Yeah.
There's
open mic.
Yeah, I think what the good play in terms of how we've come at this is not pretending like we're going to keep the live music, which I just feel like a lot of operators, that would have been the easier thing to do, is go, yeah. In our press release or whatever. It's, we'll consider it, or like, it's stay tuned. It's like, no, we've ripped the stage out because this venue is tiny and we can't have a 20-seat pub with a stage that
So, you know, I'll go a step further than that and say, like, in the last week, I have had not just the comments, but some people have actually hit me directly in my DMs or text me and said, like, hey, you know, it kind of sucks that the live music, because these guys are actual musos.
Yeah.
Related to musos or whatever, and that has not been a difficult conversation.
Yeah,
I've just been like, hey man, I get it. You know, it really does suck. I wish it wasn't the case, but the fact is that stage and that business decision, you know, to try to make this a live music venue was effectively something that was sending the last owner broke. Yeah, and so we can't, you know, like, what do you want us to do? Yeah, and it wasn't like, oh, but what about it? They were just like, yeah, hey, I get it. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, and I just think probably the loudest people in the comments probably just haven't considered it from that angle. Nah, you know. So anyway, is what it is. Well, I mean, is that really a marketing topic? I don't know. I think so. I mean, it's comms, right? It's comms. We're trying to handle it. I mean, we addressed it in the outreach that we did to media, which happened last week, and a few people covered it, which was really helpful. 6 days out, now we're needing to balance how do we get the word out there in the press with no images, so we're kind of using our social media channels to... What are you most worried about, Loren? Like, obviously on Wednesday, you know, the doors open. Yeah. And if there's just a freaking line out the door an hour out, then you'd be able to look at that on an individual level and go, great, all this work that I've done to date has been successful. Yeah. And I'm not saying it's pinned on that metric, but... Well, because it's definitely not going to be it. No, but what would you be most nervous about, you know, as a barrier to that happening, or to at least it just being really busy on the first? Look, I don't imagine we will be really busy for that first week because of the way that any kind of media is going to land. My worry would be 4 weeks from now. Okay. If the perception is still what's happening there, or our state night isn't busy, or that would be my fear. Yeah. Because all the work that I do in the lead up is for a really extended period of time. It's not just for the opening. It's not just for a launch party. It's not just for like the first broadsheet article. Yeah. It's how do we get this message out?
It's sustained messaging.
Yeah.
It's like there's always something, not always something, but you've got a progression of communication rather than the classic dump all at the start. Yeah. And then, as you say, 3-4 months, you're like, ugh, we haven't been spoken about since open. Yeah. Fuck.
And you'll have all these media outlets clamoring over the top of each other to try and be the first. The first means nothing to us. Yeah. It means nothing. And there's something that really frustrates me about that with the food media. I get it. They've got publications to sell, advertising space to sell. Yeah. So being first is important to them. But for us, it's like we need to be busy. We need to be busy for a long time. So if you're all just climbing over each other to get the article out on day one and then don't support us later, that sucks. It sucks. So I find being upfront with that the best approach with media. Yeah, I was going to say though, like you've obviously been building and working on and implementing a strategy to ensure that in 4 weeks' time, Steak Night is busy. Yeah, yeah. And are there any parts of that strategy that you feel are a little underdone, or is there anything keeping you up at night? Is there any... Oh, there's a lot of shit I need to do to get them sorted. So
What are they?
Photos of dishes, right? It sounds so basic, but if you don't have a budget, you don't have a photographer, you've got a chef that's absolutely not available or killing himself, but then you expect to have all these pieces drop. Like,
do we have a photographer?
We've got Barney's sister's pulling in a favour. So
nice.
Which is awesome. But if you don't have that, it's like, okay, what can we do on social then? Because if these publications don't have decent photography, they're not going to run anything about you. Don't expect them to run anything unless you give them everything they need in a bow.
Yeah.
What else am I doing?
What are you worried about not happening on time that could have an impact on trade in 4 weeks?
I think the reach out to the locals is something that initially I wanted to do first beyond any other type of outreach that we did. But I've just found that really difficult to stitch together in the midst of everything else that needs to happen and do it in a way that just doesn't feel like I'm printing a flyer and chucking it in a letterbox and hoping for the best.
Sure.
So instead, post-open, we'll be looking at a locals program.
Okay.
A loyalty program, some sort of like raffle or a different way to engage the locals and do it after we've opened and after all that press is out there.
Okay. That's pretty good contingency.
Yeah, I hope so. That's about it.
All right, just give us one thing that you're excited about from a marketing perspective, something that you've done that's gone well that you're like, yep, this is going to be a win for us.
I'm stoked with the Penny podcast social comms.
Yeah.
I think Yolanda, who's a gun, has done a great job at documenting the reno. And she would like a lot more to work with in terms of content. And she's really just had Michael run around with a hammer.
So every day is like, what's happening today? I'm like, I don't know. Same as yesterday.
But I think
follow me.
She's captured it really well. And, you know, she's our Gen Z. She keeps us in check to go, people who have come from restaurant backgrounds like you and I, Michael, it's like we do like things maybe with a little bit more polish, and she's keeping it real. And the proof is in the reach of those. So I reckon
it's a pity she wasn't here this morning when I was cleaning up the office.
No, yeah, that would have been great content.
Fucking hell. Today's community advertisement is brought to you by Industry Kitchens. Sonido might have the most unique and awesome hospitality experience in Melbourne. It's iconic, and it's the sort of place you beeline for when you have friends in from out of town. But it's also the sort of place that their regulars are fiercely loyal about. Santi and Carolina are incredible people and incredible operators, and it's a pleasure to give them a little shout out on this show. If you're in Fitzroy and you haven't been to Sonido, then all I have to say to you is siempre te llevas al gato al agua. All right, hey,
chucking Jamie in.
Yeah, totally. Hey, Jamie, you want to come and jump in here? I know how badly you do.
She's desperate.
Just give me a mic. Don't not worry about any of the buttons.
Can I leave?
No, of course not. I just have no idea how long we've actually been recording for. Yeah, so thankfully you don't have to be on here. Yeah. Hey, well, welcome to the business and to the podcast.
Thank you very much.
You've kind of had the amazing privilege of being able to ride shotgun with the great Michael Bichetta. Can you tell us, not the good things he's done, tell us the surprising things that...
This is why I said I shouldn't be on this episode, because she could have gone ham. But now I'm in this episode, she's not going to say as much as she would.
She's fine, don't worry.
I don't know. Michael surprised me a lot by, just super hands-on. Obviously, I've worked with Michael kind of a little bit before, but he's so hands-on. And we came in on...
I'm going to say handsome. Handsome. Sorry, no, definitely not handsome.
We came in on Monday morning, and I said hello, and he kind of like couldn't move his head without moving his whole body. I was like, what's happening? He was like, I pulled something. And then, he just spent the day trying to put up all the pictures and just wouldn't take any help. So...
Where have you?
Surprised, I've never seen him work so much.
You're gonna give me a bit more detail. Where have you observed him being either unnecessarily stressed or nervous in the last week?
Oh, he had a bit of a fit yesterday.
Okay, this is what I want to know.
Yeah, I mean, if you saw the tables, they're not tables, they are stools from IKEA. If you saw them, you'd also.
I didn't buy them; they were here.
They were here. He was trying to not spend too much money, but they were meant to be for the little nice seats near the door when you walk in, at the reception, and they're hideous. And Yolanda and I told him, and he threw it. He threw it across the room.
You threw it.
It was a joke. I didn't I was angry, but the throw was like a joke throw. I threw it. The door was open to the street. I checked if anyone was walking past, and I threw it out.
And then he picked them both up and was like, I'm taking my stools, I'm taking them, I'm going.
So where are they now?
They're out the hallway. And honestly, what Loren said before about Yolanda keeping us in check about not being too polished, I got the opposite. Because I was like, these are like real like European. You sit down, you have a little your little spot to put the beer on.
So small.
Perfect. You're only meant to fit 2 pints on it.
Well, the idea of varnishing or like darkening, anyways. So yeah.
Oh, that is a great story. I'm so glad I asked you about.
That was yesterday.
We're just recording here, Ray. Sorry, one little. Sorry. So that was Ray from Calder Signs, legend. If you ever need signage done for a restaurant, you can ask him. So yeah, ask me. This is the nature of the podcast.
Yeah.
Just have a look at these. I want to see if you put your finger on a colour that we agreed upon.
Yeah.
So
everyone, this is great podcasting, but everyone at home, we're looking at colours for the outside wall.
I thought we were going maroon. No, I'm joking.
I feel like it's solid white is the grey, isn't it?
But
you're thinking the green?
I got the grey because of the formula.
Oh, you got the formula? Yeah.
And
I think that's probably closest. Green lily or Sussex? Oh, maybe pale ivy.
you're one of those quick decision makers, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought. But I might get a sample pot.
Yeah, sure.
I do a bit. Okay. So we reckon it was more that one. See?
Oh, yeah. They feel, above the sign.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's why, and what I was doing was looking at this picture.
Yeah.
So I held that up against that picture. See that in this light, that one it comes into play.
Yeah.
It's really, but see that one?
Yeah.
Seed sprout.
Seed sprout. All right.
I've got a sample pot of that and seed sprout.
Seed sprout. Thanks, Ray.
Is that a pen?
No, it's not. It's a fake pen. It's a
Michael doesn't have real pens. That's too old school.
Yeah.
Okay, that was actually a really good little thing to happen there, because this goes back to our branding episode.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I can't even tell you any different colors in any of those colors.
Yeah.
Sergio says that. It's like, I'll never notice that. But I'm so glad you guys are having a conversation. Now that we've talked about that branding episode where it's like, there's 2% of the people that will really notice that shit.
Yeah.
I might not be one of them, but at least because you guys are having those discussions, we're catering for that segment.
Yeah.
Good
Think
stuff.
about it a lot, man. Like, even we've painted all the walls that were green to beige.
Yeah.
Beige Royale, actually. And we've kept the dark grey that was already on the cornices and the windows. But then I stopped at the point of painting the doors very purposefully. So that one's painted there, but the original red here, which is like the post office red.
Yeah.
And it's grungy and scratched. And I think if we had have painted it along with the bathroom doors, the internals, it would have been too shiny and too finished.
Right.
So for us, just like thinking through, okay, we've done all this stuff inside, but we're keeping the floors as I gave him a quick bath.
Yeah. Or bend in.
You bended. Thank you. Thanks, Ben. Ben Davis, legend. We're keeping the old furniture. Yeah. Just like having those elements so it doesn't just become this plastic, very clean feeling space.
It's not completely new. It's
Exactly.
lived in. It's lived in. Just
still feels lived in.
Totally.
Yeah.
Hey, so Jamie, tell us about like your role in the pub and what are you excited about? Like, why did you want to get involved in this project?
I mean, the role itself is something I've never done. Venue manager. I can already say in sort of 10 days I've learnt so much. Today feels like a bit of a crunch day in terms of very out of my depths a little bit.
Okay.
But I'm just really looking forward to learning a lot more than I have done before.
Yeah.
In the section of like being in a pub as well, and that kind of service I've never done really. It's a bit more refined dining essentially. So this is a bit more relaxed, and
How do you think that's going to translate?
I think pretty good. I mean, I'm not a silver service diner, silver service waitress anyways, but the characters I think is what I'm most interested in. And excited for, like, I want the old man sat at the end of the bar for 4 hours telling stories from the 60s or something. Like, I don't know. That's, I just, I shouldn't say 60s, should I say 30s, 40s? Well, that is now.
It'd be pretty old if it's from the 30s.
Yeah, I'm so excited to interact with the neighborhood as well. I think that's the idea of different people coming in with different stories and different backgrounds is really exciting. And actually having the chance to talk to them.
Have you worked in a pub before?
Very, like, I'm on.
Okay, what's your then as a pub goer, right? Because I'm certain you've been a patron of a pub many times.
Yeah.
What is your favorite pub memory?
So this is why I guess I could go back to old boys on the bar, because when I was working in London, I used to live in Streatham, and there was a local pub near us, and all my friends were in 9-to-5 corporate jobs. So on my Monday or Tuesday, I'd go to the pub and I would sit at the bar with a book, and I ended up meeting these 3 gentlemen who all would go every single day.
Okay.
And I used to look forward to it, and I'd just go and sit there with these old boys, and I'd take my book, and sometimes they'd talk, sometimes we wouldn't. And it just, to me, was like, this is what it should be. Like, I felt so comfortable going there. I was 21, 22 maybe. And my friends were like, happy to go to a pub and run. And I was like, because there's other people there as well. It was just really, I found, it was one of my things I looked forward to the most.
That's cool. I love that. What's your favorite pub memory? And then we'll wrap this up.
Yeah, sure. I'd say I'll give you one. This is many. When I worked in London, I'd do once a week, we would do a split shift. So you'd do the lunch service, and then you'd be off for 3 hours before dinner. And it was too far to go home. And there was this one manager who was Austrian, used to take me to this little pub, like literal hole in the wall pub around the corner from Hyde Park. And during that time as well, their kitchen was closed, and the only thing they did was sausages on sticks at that time.
Oh, wow.
And he's Austrian, so he's like, this is the best place ever. So we used to drink Leffe and have these sausages. And we'd drink like 3 pints and have like 3 sausages each, and then roll back to work, and then literally put our suits back on. It was like Michelin-star restaurant, and both be red-faced just at briefing, just like trying to hold our shit together.
Oh my God.
And then we just coast through service, and if you're on a split, you're the first to be knocked off to go home early. Yeah. So we was waiting for like 10 p.m. and then you just be like, I'm out. That is it was the best though. Like classic. Like honestly, it would have been 20 packs size.
Wow.
It was tiny, still there.
Yeah.
Awesome space.
Very
and literally just on this little back street that you would never, it was like a dead end, you would never walk down.
Yeah.
So cool.
That's awesome.
That's very, very cool.
All right, should we wrap up this episode? It's been going for pretty long.
Yeah, Jamie's gotten off here. It's like, Jamie really did want to be on, so yeah.
Well, you can come back for the last episode if you're on.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank
thanks,
you.
guys. Thank you so much for listening to the Pinnicast. We're super stoked to be bringing this series to you, so we hope you found it informative. We would love to hear from you. We'd love some feedback. Any thoughts you have around how we're going about it would be really, really welcomed. So hit us up at hello@pax.melbourne and we will definitely be all ears and we'll respond. Lastly, I just want to say massive thanks again to Industry Kitchens, to Posterboy Media. Without them, none of this would be possible. So yeah, massive, massive shout out. We're really looking forward to bringing you more. Cheers.